actually wanted to hear Pamela's story. So, Pamela, why don't you just share with everybody just a little bit about your experience with Ocean Avenue, where you were, what's going on. Just kind of talk from the heart. No script, just share, because people need to hear your story. It is absolutely amazing.
Well, basically, I've been, the past couple of years, I've been in a wheelchair, in and out of the hospital, losing jobs and everything because of my health. And in January, very beginning of January, I was in the hospital, and the doctors said that I would never make it out of my wheelchair. They said that I was going to die that way, and they couldn't even tell me how long. It could be this month, that month. They just didn't know, but they didn't give me any hope. They said I was going to die that way. And long story short, I'm not ready to go anywhere.
Right.
So I kind of didn't listen to what they said. I was depressed and all, but I ran into a high school friend, Michelle Manettan, and she gave me product. Her and James Luke did, and which was the trim pack.
Trim pack.
And they said, you know what? You've got nothing else to lose. We're not trying to make money. We're not concerned about the business. We're concerned about your health. You need to take this and try it.
So because they care so much about it, they just gave it to you. They didn't try to
Yes.
say, they just gave it to you. Okay,
Yes.
There you go. All right.
They did. And I'm like, you know what? I've tried everything in the world, but what do I have to lose at this point? They're right. So I said, I'm going to give it all I got, and I did. I started out at 398 pounds on January 27th. At the end of the 60 days, I was 319 pounds. And today, just a little while later, I am 4 pounds away from being under 300.
So wow, so you've actually lost 95 pounds since January the 27th of this year. Of this year, and it is only April the what, 12th, 13th?
And today was my first full day completely out of my wheelchair.
Completely out of your wheelchair today. Wow.
Yeah. And I'm wearing normal shoes, and just so you guys know, your feet do shrink when you lose so much weight. So yeah, going from a size 10 and a half shoe to a 9, yeah. So
wow.
Yeah, it can be done, and I mean, they gave me no hope. And anybody that's out there that is in this situation, please don't give up. I'm proof there is hope, there is a way. And Ocean Avenue, you asked me what I thought of them. I honestly can't say enough about them. Not just their awesome products, but the leadership. Mm-hmm. and the founders are just the most warm, loving people I've ever met in my life. And long story short, I was raised by my grandparents who passed away in 2002, so I really didn't have any family. I know now that I do.
Speaking of family, there were some people who just, through social media, just after hearing your transformation, your story has inspired a few other people. What were some of the things that people have said to you that have reached out to you because, you've lost this 95 pounds and, and everything is going great? I mean, so what happened? I mean, who were some of these people that actually reached out to you? What were some of their stories? Were they similar to yours? Or?
Some. There's women that are close to 500 pounds that are literally they were just about to give up on life, period. And they heard my story and they reached out to me, and there's no way I could turn them away. I wasn't even going to post my pictures on Facebook or anything, but when these women reached out to me, I knew I had to. I had to show them that there is hope. It can be done. It's not easy, I'm not going to lie. You have to be at that point in your life where you want it.
And not just talking about it.
You gotta walk the walk. You can't just talk the talk. And I started out, like I said, in my wheelchair. I started out doing little 1 pound weights in my wheelchair. And then just progressed from there. Would do exercises during commercials when I was able to at least stand up. I would do the tubes that you step on and you stretch. I progressed to that next, and then I went to wading in water in a pool just to build up my legs so that I can start now doing other things. And tomorrow, like I told you before, I'm starting a new fitness program, which is going to kick my butt, but I'm looking forward to it
Right.
because I know it can be done now.
Right, because you've already lost 95. I mean, you've basically lost 1/4 of yourself.
And my feet were so swollen where I couldn't even wear flip-flops on certain days.
See, that's an interesting thing. I mean, you look at it. So let's somebody would say, well, yeah, she lost 90, because there's always be some kind of skeptics.
Of course.
And they're going to say, oh, well, she lost 95 pounds because she had 95 pounds to lose. Well, you've already mentioned that you were at 398, and so that's almost 400 pounds, and then you lost 95 pounds. So to put that in perspective, that's 24% of yourself.
Yes.
So that's like somebody who weighed 200 pounds who lost 50 pounds.
Yes.
So
and I used to be one of those people that would watch all these infomercials and all this stuff and say, yeah, those aren't real people. That's not real. That's not happening. But with everything I have in me, I'm telling you the truth. These products work. They're not miracle pills. They're not gonna work on their own. You have to commit yourself to it. But if you do, it will change your life. Not just physically, but it changed me emotionally. I have a better relationship with my fiance now because I feel better about me.
right.
And I mean, it just changed you mind, body, and soul, literally.
So there's no need for the antidepressants or anything like
No.
that now. So
No.
and that's something that's amazing and something that you really can't put a price tag on when you look at that, because people spend money that has things that have a lot of price tags on it, and unfortunately they don't actually produce, or they say what they are. I guess with our products being all natural and and based with an organic, undenatured way, that means it's not changed. The biggest thing that made it easy, I guess, because everything is natural. You don't have to worry about if you're putting any kind of chemicals in your body, because you weren't. And I guess that's something that's really huge. Talk to me a little bit about, what it was like at the very beginning. What was the hardest part about this for you?
To be honest, the very beginning, I was sick the first week. But it was because my body was detoxing all of the garbage that was in it.
Naturally.
And
right.
a lot of people will try a product for the first week and give up because they think, oh, it's making me sick. This can't be good.
Okay.
But what they don't realize is when you're this unhealthy and this sick and dying, literally, you have to get the garbage out to get to the healthy point. And so you can't give up after that first week. I mean, it's hard, but it can be done.
Right.
And you just can't give up. People are worth so much more than they realize. And I'll be honest, I've been at that desperate doctor specialist. There's no hope. I mean, I've had breast cancer, polycystic ovarian cancer.
So you're also a breast cancer survivor.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I feel better than I have in years. And like I said, I couldn't even wear sneakers for at least the past 10 years. But the other day, I was able to wear my sneakers, and I was just strutting my stuff around the grocery store, walking, not in no riding cart. I was walking,
right.
pushing a cart around the grocery store like nobody's business. And it was funny because the grocery store manager noticed a difference in me, and
right.
he asked me, you've lost a lot of weight, haven't you? And I said, yeah, actually I have. I said, but I didn't just lose weight. I said, I gained self-esteem. My blood pressure is to the point where I don't even have to have prescriptions for it anymore. I'm just a better version of me.
Right.
And it was funny because he saw me checking out Doritos, which was actually for my fiance's party at work, but he thought they were for me, and he's like, oh no, I'm not. No, it's not for me, honestly.
Turn the corner.
Yes.
Pam, you've shared a lot of things just now that most people are either embarrassed about. So somebody that, if you could say one thing to that person that's sitting there that weighs, 225 pounds, they want to get down to 150 or whatever, what would you say to that person? I mean, what would you say to that person that's sitting there that doesn't think that something like this will work? Or, oh, this is just like something else. What message would you give to that person right now?
Never give up hope. Believe in yourself. Believe you're worth it.
Believe you're worth it.
Put the time in and know that I'm a real person. I'm not somebody just being photoshopped or whatever. I'm real. Contact me on Facebook, whatever. Talk to me. I'll talk to you. I'm here to help anybody that I can, because you cannot give up. But you do have to believe in yourself enough to want this. If you don't want it, it doesn't matter if you wanted it for me,
Right.
or if my family wanted it for me. I had to get to a point where I wanted it for myself.
Okay, and I'll say one thing here. You share with us a couple of things also. And in closing, if you had to pick one thing that is that had changed your life the most, what would that one thing be?
I have a life to live in a quality one.
A life to live in equality. Pam, thank you so much for sharing with us your heart, your transformation. I'm just so glad to reconnect with you. I hadn't seen you in 21 years, didn't even know that. And that's that's another video for another time.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much for sharing with us,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Tim.
God bless. And hopefully this is something that you guys will see and understand that it's definitely possible. You know, we're always looking for the person that can do it first. Well, you've got that now. You have the proof that someone else. So if you have any questions, guys, just leave a comment here or there, you know, however you see the video, and just get in contact with either one of us. We'd be more than happy to teach you also how to ride the wave and paddle hard.